Hi there and welcome to Dee's Delights Bakes and Bites. Today we're going to be making some chicken suya, but not just any old chicken suya. This is one that I call Mum's Chicken Suya. Why Mum's Chicken Suya? Because it's chicken suya just the way my mum used to make it. It was my mum's birthday not too long ago, and I'm making this in honor of her because it was one of the things that she did make when we had celebrations. So let us create. You've got our suya spice all nicely mixed up. I've also got half of a small onion, some oil to drizzle, and some rosemary. That's a quarter of a teaspoon of rosemary. Rosemary in suya, I hear you say. What a travesty. Stay with me, stay with me. It works. First things first, we're going to prep our chicken. I should say that I have washed this chicken. I had to wash it in advance and leave it to dry so that it wouldn't have any wet in it. So I've done that. I'm still going to dab it after. And also I've rubbed all over the body with a lemon, which serves to tenderize the chicken. So it's clean and rubbed with a lemon to tenderize. I'm just going to cut off the neck. And what I am also going to do is to spatchcock it. Spatchcock because that means that it cooks quickly and also because it looks nice. So off comes the neck. And I'm going to trim off any loose skin because no one likes loose skin, do they? All right, so I'm just going to go in there and I'm just going to get in there and take out the back. Make sure you've got nice and sharp scissors so that you can execute this easily. Sorry chicken, this must be painful, but must needs. The back's gotta come out. So that's the back taken out, so we can easily spatchcock it. You can use this for your stock or you can use it in whatever you're cooking at this point in time. I'm gonna add it in. I just want it spatchcock, but I still want the back because it's a nice munchy part. And then once that's done, you just press down on the breast and break that as well. Sorry chicken. And there we have it. Our chicken is nicely spatchcocked. Next, I am going to dab it with some kitchen paper to make sure that there isn't any residue water because we don't want any water on the chicken. You can see it's nicely cleaned on the inside as well. As I said, I had washed it before, given it a good scrub really. Scrub with lemon and then drizzle it with lemon afterwards to tenderize. Right, I'm happy with that now. So I'm going to drizzle it over with a little bit of oil. And what that serves to do is to help the suya spice stick nicely to the chicken. But it's drizzle, not drowned. Or I should say lightly drizzle, very lightly drizzle. Give that a good rub as you would if you were putting cream on your body so it's nicely moisturized. Because a nicely moisturized chicken does good for the soul. It does good for the body, especially when it comes to suya. Turn it over. Imagine when you're doing the other part of your body now. So this is, you need to do your back and what have you. Turn it over and repeat the process. So lightly drizzle. And again, rub that in as you would rub in if you were moisturizing your own body. Nice good rub. And that is done. That is fine. I always think of a chicken dancing when I do the wings like that. And now it's time to give the suya a good rub of the suya spice. So I'm going to transfer that into a tray. And now it's time for the rub. So first I'm going to put on the suya spice, and then I am going to add on some onions and some rosemary. This is why this is not just any old suya, but mum's suya. So my mum used rosemary as well as onions. I've got some onions, the onions are finely diced. Dice them as finely as you possibly can. I said my mum used rosemary, and whilst I'm not a lover of rosemary, it worked. But be careful that you don't use too much. You know, rosemary can make your food taste like soap water if you use too much. I've got a quarter of a teaspoon there. But yes, you will be surprised at how flavorsome the rosemary makes it. So I'm just going to sprinkle over the suya spice. It's a very generous sprinkle. And tap that into the body. And turn it over and do the same. And then we're going to repeat that process with the onions and with the rosemary. Tap it in. If you wonder why I'm tapping it lightly, you will soon see why. Because there's going to be a bit more rubbing. As I said, not too much rosemary. You don't want to overdo it. You just want it to have a hint of rosemary. And then we are going to put that into a bag and rub it some more. So I've got 75 grams of suya spice there, and that's more than enough for one medium-sized chicken. So into a Ziploc bag this goes, and I'm going to rub it within an inch of its life. You can, if you don't have a Ziploc bag, you can use any bag. Just even a clean carrier bag will do. Into the bag, I'm going to add in all the residue that's fallen off so that I can rub it some more. I'm going to add in a bit more suya pepper because you can never have too much. And as I said, I am going to rub that within an inch of its life. Add in a bit more onion. And give it a good old rub. Oops, I didn't seal that properly. And this is what it looks like now after that very good rub down. So as you can see, it's sticking nicely to the body. And we're going to pop that into the fridge so that it can get along happily together in holy marination. Our chicken has had ample marinating time now. I took it out of the fridge and I brought it back to room temperature. Now I've placed it on a greased rack and I am going to place it under the grill. But before I do that, I'm going to give it one last sprinkling of suya pepper, because you can never have too much of suya pepper, can you? Pat that in nicely. And under the grill it goes. First for 30 minutes and then we're going to turn it over. It's at 175 degrees, so not too hot, but that's the first 30 minutes. "30 minutes later, we're just going to flip that over so that the other side can cook as well. And turn the heat up a little bit. And again, we'll give it a nice sprinkling of suya pepper, because we can never have too much of suya pepper. Now I have turned the heat up to 210 degrees so that it can start to crisp up. This is coming along rather nicely, and now to give it its final turn, we're on the home run. Doo-doo. That is looking rather nice now, but now we want it to crisp up. So to do that, we're going to give it one last drizzle of oil. So that it's nice and glistening. And then we're also going to give it one last dusting of Suya pepper. And then back under the grill, it's going to go till it's nice and crispy. So that should take another 15 to 30 minutes. Again, depending on how dark and crisp you want it, or if you want it a bit softer, then 15 minutes will do. And that's a hot oven. Hot oven, hot grill. So about 210. And there you have it. Our chicken suya is ready. Dive right in, why won't you? What would you have that with? How delicious does that look, eh? How delish. So, tell me in the comment section, what would you have that with? Tuck in. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Ta-da!